Hey, looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
So, Valtteri Bottas is going to be our new rival for this Formula 1 championship. We're back after another week of sickness, so no video uploaded there. It's a little bit of shame, but still quite confident that I can turn it around. So uploading this, well, like 1.5 weeks later, more than a week later at least, because it was scheduled last week on Monday, but I've gotten pretty sick then, so it wasn't really going. Q1 we were through in, what was it, P14 I think. Struggled a lot with the setup, and in Q2 it already rains with intermediate tires and with soft tires. For Q2 I tried medium tires at first because it wasn't raining that much, but that didn't work, so I went instead on the mediums, the intermediates, and that worked. That's gotten us P8 for Q2. So through to Q3, a little bit of struggling weekend it was, until we get to qualifying. Then everything falls into place with the right setup, and we can get a high position, a high starting position. And here Q3 it's still raining, and we get P7 out of it at the moment. Rosberg on wets. That's a little bit different from what we get, but Verstappen is first, and at the end of the session I didn't improve. Max Verstappen got pole position in front of Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, Ricciardo, Rosberg, Raikkonen, Sainz, myself, Massa and Perez. But there's a little twist. Even though Max Verstappen got pole position, he won't be starting from the front row, and Sebastian Vettel either. They both got a 5-place grid penalty, so that will mean that Max Verstappen will start from P6 on the grid and Sebastian Vettel from P7 of the grid. So no advantage gained for us there, but still, let's go on to the race.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning total at the season's end, just 30 points. My, how times have changed. So let's see who can reach the top step of the modern podium today. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula 1. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, along with 2 DRS zones on the Wellington and Hanger Straights respectively. But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. With me today is a man who's no stranger to the thrills of Silverstone. He's a past winner here in sports cars, of course. It's our good friend Anthony Davidson. You seem particularly excited for this one, Ant. Is there something you want to tell me?
Oh, just looking forward to it, Crofty. It's always a very special atmosphere, and also I started karting in the late 1980s, and I was here for that epic race in 1986 with Mansell and Piquet fighting each other right here at my home Grand Prix. So coming back to Silverstone always means a lot. And looking at the crowd today, it's clear that none of that spirit has had such a fantastic field this year. Some very close competition and conditions that should make for some great racing. I can't wait.
You managed to qualify better than we expected yesterday, so let's do the same again today.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday...
So here we are on the grid in P8 for the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. So yeah, maybe this is going to be a good conclusion to a little bit of a struggling weekend. The difficulty pace has been upped. Everyone is on master difficulty right now, because the last few races were on expert, but I felt like I was going a little bit too fast in some situations, so I changed it. So we are now in a master difficulty. Pit stop strategy, going for 3 stints, so 2 stops. At least we're trying to figure out what kind of strategy was the best. I thought it's going to be at least a 2 stop and starting on the mediums or maybe on the hards. At least using the softs, not going for 2 medium stints and 1 hard stint. No, because I want a fast stint at the end at least, so I will have an advantage over the rest of the field. Because it has been a struggling weekend for ourselves, and if I'm on the slower tire and the rest is as well, I'm not going to make it up, because in practice 1 I ended up in P17, practice 2 P14, so no improvement there, and for practice 3 it was P12, so I came forward on the grid, but still not enough to gain a lot of positions. So the race strategy is set: medium, hards and softs. That is what I'm going with from P8 on the grid. There's been a little bit of difference. The game didn't change Sebastian Vettel from 2nd place to 8th place. No, he's now in 1st place. So that's a little bit different. Kind of a glitch there maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that just happened. But still, we are going onto the grid. I don't know if my strategy is set. So we are here on the grid, and I decided to change my strategy right now, going with the harder tires at the first stint, then mediums and then softs. But we are going to be underway for this British Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and away we go for this British Grand Prix. Sainz has an absolute mocker of a start, not really good. We get a good start, looking down on Verstappen around the outside. First corner, we get it done. Up in P6, then we have Raikkonen up on the inside. Get out of there, Raikkonen. That's not where you belong. Into P5, we have Vettel, we have Hamilton, we have Rosberg, we have Ricciardo, myself, we have Raikkonen. Something happened into the first corner. I think that Max Verstappen, I don't really know, didn't saw it. But there were some yellow flags. Raikkonen is coming back at us right now, down on the inside. Does he make it? Oh, he blocks us a little bit, but we still make it. He's still on the outside. This is already good fighting here for British Grand Prix. Or only on the first lap. We have better traction than Raikkonen. Look at the traction we have. The ideal race line we have, and Raikkonen needs to give up the position. Verstappen right behind him into P7. But look at that. We already have a little bit of a gap to the front of the pack, let's say that. But yeah, I think for first good lap, that should be really positive to start with. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I'm still a little bit of sick right now. If you hear my voice, as Raikkonen is coming down our inside again. Really good fight already. We go a little bit of wide, but we can keep the place. Raikkonen is still trying. I think Verstappen is behind him, and then I thought one of the Williams cars, but I don't know. Hamilton is now in 1st position. I don't know where Vettel kind of let it slip. So we have some replay of the start. You can see the Williamses are having a great start. Vettel leads in front of the Mercedes. We go around the outside of Max Verstappen, and you saw a Williams, I think that was Bottas, because he was starting right behind me, spun out there, and I think it was by Carlos Sainz. But we are on board with Sergio Perez, who I thought was right in front of it. Yep, there it happens. There goes Bottas, and Perez slammed right into him. Let's see how that looks from the perspective of Valtteri himself. He has a great start. Look at that launch he has. He goes to the right hand side, not the right way to go for this turn 1, because it's really tight there. Yeah, he just taps tires with with Carlos Sainz, and then Sergio Perez comes along and gives him the last knockdown into last place. So unfortunately for Valtteri, that's not the best start he has. And here on lap 2, I'm going wide. I get tapped in the rear by Kimi Räikkönen. There goes Verstappen, there goes Sainz, and we are struggling a lot with getting our traction done. Down into P8, there goes Button, there goes Alonso, and there goes Grosjean. Down into P11, try to hang it around the outside, but ran wide, and that goes Massa as well. So down into P12. Unfortunately, 2 people entered during the pits. I don't know who they are. We got Massa back at least, and this is not after the first lap. It was really good. Oh, Verstappen is in the pits, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, or on the top left corner. We need to chase down Grosjean, Button, and Alonso to have something. And here into Copse Corner, we get Romain Grosjean done and dusted up into P8. And Fernando Alonso has overtaken Jenson Button, and into the club section we go down on the inside of Jenson Button himself, hanging around the outside, going on to start finish. We get the move done, we're up into P7, but we lost a lot of time, and on lap 5 we get to Maggots and Beckett's, and we get to Fernando Alonso. We cut him off, so that was a little tap he gave us. Let's see on the replay how that looks, because we go down on his inside and we get a little tap from him right there, but that didn't hurt us and Alonso, so nothing was given there. So a little bit of racing, and I think that's always a good thing to do. But yeah, Massa has DRS, Alonso has DRS, but Massa has got massively aggressive into Stowe, and he goes down on the inside, and now in the club section he's on the outside. I'm leaving him the room, which turns to the inside for Felipe Massa, and actually he gets us. He gets us in the club section, and Kimi Räikkönen is out of the race. Okay then, so something happened between him at the back of us. But we are fighting with Felipe Massa, and I'm looking down on the inside here into one of the first corners. Don't know the name right now. There's a lot of going on around the outside of Felipe Massa, and he blocks us. Felipe, what are you doing? You are blocking us, and that has cost us a lot of time, and that allows Alonso and Button to go through, to go up one more place. Button down on the inside of Fernando Alonso. So we lost some time there between myself and Massa, as he blocked us. I think he just wasn't thinking about that I was still on the outside. But here at the exit of Lovefield, look at the traction we have compared to those worn soft tires as we get the places back from Jenson Button and Fernando Alonso. So now we can chase down Felipe Massa for the rest of the remainder of his stint, because I think a lot of people are coming in, a lot of drivers are coming in right there as I totally cut the corner because it couldn't make it. Anyway, let's move on into lap 8. Hamilton and Ricciardo right behind us. Ricciardo touches our rear, and Hamilton down on the inside. There's a lot going on right now because these guys have pitted. Vettel did Vettel pit? I don't know. But Vettel didn't pit right now. He's still on the medium tires in front of us. But as you can see, there's a little train behind me that is Hamilton, Ricciardo, and Nico Rosberg, who are battling each other for the win, alongside with Sebastian Vettel. Here going through Max and Beckett, so speeding up a little bit, because what happens here at the exit, that's Lewis Hamilton out of the race because of me. Because if you look at the replay, coming out from Beckett's onto the hanger straight, I had run a little bit wide of a curb, and that has lost my traction a little bit, going slip and sliding and back into Lewis Hamilton. Nothing I could have really done, and that has cost Lewis Hamilton for him to DNF from this race, because I go to the left, back to the right, and there was nothing I could do about it. I tried to get my wheel right again after I went to the left, back to the right, and I crashed into Lewis Hamilton, so nothing I could do there. But that has given the opportunity for the safety car to come out and an opportunity for ourselves to come in for a little bit of a free pit stop. And I've decided to not to get a different strategy, putting on a new set of hard tires, so in that way we can make it more to the end, because we were originally going to stop lap 12 to 14, but anyway, on the hard tires we are on lap 11 right now, behind Ricciardo, Rosberg and Carlos Sainz. Vettel right behind us, as we are going to restart the race down on the inside of Carlos Sainz into the club section, pushing him a little bit wide because we were a little bit too enthusiastic right there. But still, P3 into lap 12. 20 contenders are remaining, but if you look on the mini map, not everyone has caught up to that safety car, so that will definitely mean that we will get a lot of points there. Good strategy call. That's what I can do. Here on lap 15 into Cup's corner. There goes Sebastian Vettel down on our inside. Really good move from him, just like I did with Romain Grosjean on lap, what was it, 3 or 4? I don't know anymore. But after that I tried to stick it to Sebastian Vettel, but he has gotten away a little bit. And eventually I wouldn't see him again after that, because the main reason for that is Sebastian Vettel is on a fresh set of medium tires while I'm on a fresh set of harder tires, so he's a lot more faster than I am right now. But here on lap 18 I'm going in for my second pit stop, because these hard tires are really worn, and Vettel made a stop, Rosberg made a stop, Ricciardo made a stop. I thought by myself, like, I'm going to continue on worn tires and, well, lose a lot of time, or I'm just coming in for a new set of tires and maybe hoping for a podium finish, so that would keep our streak going. I decided to go on to a set of medium tires, because if you look at the laps, it's 7 laps, but that's not enough for me to push really hard, because that's what I want to do right now. I want to push really hard, and if I choose the soft tires, they are going to be worn out by the end of that, and then I would lose a lot. So that's why I've chosen those medium tires. Let's see where we come out as. It's P7, not too bad, behind Button, Massa and Hülkenberg, where we go down, oh man, on the inside of Jensen Button, and he still gets down on that inside. He's still there, but we get better traction of turn 5. So moving down to lap 20, I'm really pushing really hard, as well as Felipe Massa and Nico Hülkenberg. Massa goes down on the inside here on Stowe, but I go down on the inside of both of them, and we get that double overtake done for P4. Really nice overtake to do so. I think one of the best of this Grand Prix. Maybe that one on Button and Alonso was as good as well. Anyway, nothing really happened after that. Rosberg has won the British Grand Prix with a fastest lap in the end. He was really going for it, and he deserved it really well. Ricciardo P2 and Sebastian Vettel in P3, and ourselves in P4. Not what I was expecting when I started this Grand Prix weekend, because I was really struggling in free practice. But coming out in the end with a P4, I think that's a really nice result to be happy with. A podium streak ended here right now with 2 podiums in a row, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Nico Rosberg has won the British Grand Prix in front of Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel. Then we have myself and Max Verstappen with a last lap charge, moves him up into P5. Hülkenberg 6th, Massa 7th, then Button down in 8th. Sainz 9, and Valtteri Bottas, from that first turn incident with Carlos Sainz, he got himself up into P10 eventually. So good result for him. Kvyat in P11, Haryanto in P12, and we're going to the race director to see what has happened. You can see the difficulty, it's on master, no worries about that. First lap incidents: Sainz collision, Nasser collision, Perez collision, like I was expecting. Raikkonen has a mechanical failure, and Hamilton a terminal damage. Driver standings, Hamilton still in front with 175 points. Rosberg still is second, Vettel third, Raikkonen fourth, Ricciardo moves up into fifth position, Verstappen in 6th and myself in 7th, Massa 8th, Bottas 9th, Hülkenberg moves up into 10th position, Kvyat in 11th and Perez in 12th position. 72 points, we are really close into the Red Bulls and we are really moving away from the Williamses, so that's a good result. If we look further down to the driver standings, Sainz 13th, then Wehrlein, Grosjean, Alonso, Button moves up to P17, Arielto, Gutierrez and Palmer, Ericsson and Nasser still have 0 points to their names. Constructor standings, nothing really happened. Mercedes still leading the way in front of Ferrari and Red Bull. Renault still in 5th place, but McLaren has overtaken Haas for P9 at the moment. And I think McLaren will be going for P8 in the end. But hey, that's the British Grand Prix done and dusted for us in this career mode, and P4, really happy about it. A lot of resource points are gathered here right now, and well, for the first driver bonuses we get them a lot more. I'm going to spend them at Hungary or maybe at Germany. I really don't know, because I really want to improve the car, but we'll just have to wait and see how that goes with everything. Rivalry update, still in the lead from Valtteri Bottas. It's 11-6 at the moment, I think. Yeah, 11-6. Our drive position is not in any risk or for whatsoever, because we are really doing everything we can to complete it all. But yeah, let's have a look at, well, our laptop. Getting into R&D, the upgrades that I want to do, like I told before, is at least chassis weight and probably downforce as well. I think that will be really good upgrades, and I can do that from Hungary on, but like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do them in Hungary, maybe in Germany, and then probably fuel efficiency as well. But that's just about to see how everything goes about that. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this episode. I know it's late, and I hope it won't happen again, but still. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe for more F1 content, and I will see you guys at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Oh, look what we have here. Sponsor bonus, 300 resource points. That's a good way to start the Hungarian Grand Prix. Yeah. Oh, we're so going to spend it right now. Well, not right now, but we're seriously going to spend them anytime soon. I'll see you guys.